Hello Wargamers and welcome back to Drive on Moscow with me, Bubblebox, and today we're going to be playing Drive on Moscow. We're going to be playing as the Soviets. We're going to be playing the full Moscow campaign and we're going to be taking on Field Marshal Guderian. Basically that means we're going to be playing on hard mode. Now I have already played this game as the Axis on the channel. I'll put a link to that playthrough in the description below, and also I'm not going to be doing the first the first video or the first battle as a tutorial type mission, because I did that with the Axis. So if you want to see this as kind of a tutorial type one for the first one, then check out the first one of the Axis campaign for that. So let's head straight into the game and I'll kind of explain what we're doing as we go along. Now the Germans at the start of this game go first of all, so we're going to be a little bit passive at the start, just watching what the Germans are going to do as they advance on the right hand side. Hopefully we won't die. Yeah, we haven't died, that's good, we're just retreating. So the Germans have kind of free goes, and I'll explain what that means in a second. But basically this kind of simulates that the Germans are very well organised, they've got a good plan, they've got a lot of units in place, and the Russians have been taken a little bit by surprise. We're going to get destroyed here. Yep, we got destroyed there. The Russians got taken by surprise, we're in disarray, their command and control very disrupted at the start of the battle for Moscow. If you wonder where Moscow is, it's up on the top left hand side of the map here, and the Germans have to take Moscow or a bunch of victory points. They don't have to take Moscow. If they take enough victory points to win in the rest of the map, they can win as well. And we, as the Russians, as the Soviets, have to stop them from winning, taking a lot of damage again. Did we retreat or did we die there? I think we just... Or did we survive? Oh, we actually survived that one. Okay, so turn one has ended. Now the Germans will have another few free turns at the beginning of turn two, I believe. Oh no, we get a few turns now, and then the Germans at the beginning of day two will get some free turns. But basically, objectives-wise, the Germans have to get to 42 and above to win, and we have to keep them to 32 and below for us to win, and between that it would be a draw. What are the victory points? Well, as you can expect, all the towns are set victory points for the campaign. There's also a number of other places that you can hold which give you victory points in each turn, and these are really important, and I'll point these out as we start playing the game because you get a victory point each turn. We can also decrease the victory point total by killing infantry. We get decreased by 2, and by killing their armor when it gets decreased by 1. They have got command confusion. Historically, the Soviets were taken by surprise when the Axis attacked, not expecting an Axis offensive so late in the year. Under the impact of the assault, Soviet command and control rapidly broke down, and this resulted not only in the largest encirclement in military history, but also surprisingly light Axis casualties in the opening phase of the campaign. As a part of the gameplay, what does that mean? Well, it means after prepared offences on the first 2 turns, the Soviet units cannot move or attack if they end up a normal impulse in a space with an Axis unit. They are also more likely to retreat from combat. So that means for the first 2 turns of the first couple of days, we are at a severe disadvantage, but then it kind of evens itself out later on in this particular campaign. Prepared offensives for the Axis means that they can coordinate their attacks in the first, I'll just mention this, in the first turns 1 to 3, and then when the frost arrives in turns 12. But we, the Soviets, do get prepared offences in turns 19 and 20 when it snows, because weather does play quite a big part in this game, especially when it comes to moving your units around. For the first few days though, or for the first 1 to 5 days, the skies are clear and the weather is good, which means they can fly their planes around and interdict and do all those sorts of things. They can interdict one of our units every turn, which means we can't fire or move it. If you want to know a little bit about the history, there it is in front of you, and I will just let you pause that. I won't kind of read through it all of course, but just let you pause that if you're interested in the history of the drive to Moscow. Yeah, I think that's about it. Let's continue. It is our turn. We're going to be trying to save units. What we want to do is try to pull our units back into defensive positions, especially in the trees and in the cities and towns, so that they remain kind of protected. We've got these 2 guys right here at the bottom in Yatsevo. Might be worth bringing them back into Dogobruts. We've got this guy over here as well on the right hand side who's very vulnerable, but he's only got 1 point. I think he's probably going to die. I'd rather try to save these, because the Germans will move very rapidly. So first thing we'll do is pull these two back into Dorogorod. There's no way I'm going to be able to pronounce these Russian names, by the way. So let's see what the Germans have got up for us, up their sleeves. Yeah, they are indeed going for this right-hand side, which is normal in this game at the start. They're probably going to destroy us here. In fact, they've got a chance of, well, very good chance of destroying us. There's a chance of us retreating. No, we've been destroyed there. That means they're going to advance forward in towards Kursk already. Are they going to advance? Yeah, they're advancing right forward into Kursk, which is bad news for us. Hopefully we can hold, or at least just retreat and not get killed from Kursk, because if he gets killed, then Voronezh up in the top right-hand corner is going to be very exposed. But it's our turn to move something. Now, one that I do want to hold on to is this one here. I think it's Brunsk or Brunsk, because it's a 1 victory per point per turn. Hex. Also want to try and hold on to Tula as well, and Rzhev as long as possible as well. In fact, I'm going to move this unit. We can't move this one because it's actually interdicted, but I'm going to move this guy up into Rzhev because I want strong units in there to try to hold on to this town, because the towns do give you some defensive bonuses. We also want this timer to move along, and it only moved along a tiny bit, which is really bad, and it's kind of a dice roll how far along it moved. Now looks like we're going to be most chance of us retreating. Hopefully we'll retreat and not get destroyed. Yeah, I was glad about that. I'm glad we just retreated. We should retreat into Rzhev, which means we've got 3 good infantry units in Rzhev now, which is good for us. So who else can we kind of keep safe? When they're shaded out like this on the right hand side here, they're tanks. They can't move again. Once they've moved on a particular day, they have to wait till the next day till they can move again. I've got the guy in Moscow I can move. I've got this guy Stepino. We need to keep that because that's a supply point. So I think we'll move from Moscow down into the forest. Could move all the way down to Gzansk or even Lotoshino, but I think we'll move down here just to try to put some sort of a defensive line there. And again, not excuse me. Oh. Again, not much of movement there on the timeline, unfortunately, and they're attacking us now in Zhukovo. We can fire back now at least. We are giving them a couple of hits and standing our ground fairly well. Took another couple of hits towards the end of that little melee there. Alright, okay, so I'm not sure. I think we'll just put our... should we put them into Orel or should we put them over here? I might put them in the trees. I could, actually thinking about it. No, I'll put in the trees or into Orel. I think I'm going to put these into the trees here, which gives me an option of putting them somewhere else later. Oh, that's a nice big chunk. Okay. Where are we going this time? Okay, so we're attacking just south of that town, which I really want to hold. So hopefully we'll either retreat or hold, taking a little bit of damage. But the trees do give us some protection, taking quite a lot of damage in fact. And did stay there, which is okay. I would have liked them to retreat into the town really, but that's not going to happen this time. Another thing you've got to be really careful of in this game is getting surrounded. Don't get surrounded because everything's cut off. Your units become incredibly unusable if you get surrounded. So we're going to leave everything as it is. I think pretty happy the way things, well, not happy because we haven't got enough units, but lucky, I'm happy we're not getting completely demolished at the start of the game, as can happen. So the Germans are just getting their reinforcements in and now attacking again. We're back on to them having their free turns. And we are going to get pushed back. No, we did hold. We did hold in Kursk, which is excellent. Okay, they've got another turn. Still got their prepared offensive on day 2. So they are now attacking this area again. Looks like they're desperate to take this forest and moving some units across there. So, yep, there goes our defences and 1 hit and we're holding. Okay, good. Right, turn 2 for us. We can start to move now. So what should we do? Right, I'm happy that Rzhev has got plenty of units in it now then. Where should I put? I think I'm going to put my tanks up to the north of Tula, our armoured division there. We've also got some infantry which I'm going to put in Moscow. Should I put some in Voronezh in case they break through here? I think I will. I don't want them to get Kursk and Voronezh as well. So I think that's what we'll do right there. And I could pull this unit back across the river to protect that flank, or I could leave it there. They could go across there, which means these guys are in danger of getting surrounded, although I'd like to pull these back as well, maybe into here to give us a strong 3. Yeah, I think we'll do that. That gives us 3 infantry in Spaz-Demensk, and I'm never going to be able to pronounce these Russian names, so we'll commit there. So we've got 3 units in there now, which is a fairly strong force. So they're again attacking Kursk. Looks like they're going heavily onto our left flank there, right, and we've been destroyed there. So they've taken that over. I think they get the chance to break through and push up towards Voronezh now. In fact, they've gone into the trees to attack our paratroopers, all 3 of them. Oh my god. Okay. But that leaves us open to try to move some units down towards Voronezh, or to get these tanks. Oops, don't want that. Click out of there. How far can we get with our tanks? I'm happy with this region down here. We're really up here. We need to... I'm wondering if I can actually cut them off, but I'd have to get Kursk because that's a resupply point. Let's move this unit down from Voronezh just to try to pressure them a little bit, see what they do in their next turn. So we'll commit there. Nice big chunk, that's what we want to see. Let's get the snows coming. Again, going for the forest down here. I don't want to die, I'd rather retreat. We have retreated. That's good. Okay, we've retreated into the town where I wanted us to retreat into. So I'm happy about that. I'm wondering whether I should try and get this unit into the town as well. That'll give us 3 units in the town. Or that also means that we're in danger of getting surrounded in that town as well. Yeah. We need to bring this tank in on the action somewhere. We'll bring it right the way down. Where should I bring it to though? We'll bring it down into Matinsk, I think. Again, a decent chunk of time. Okay, now they're moving into Rzhev as expected, but we've got a good force in there and I'm hoping to hold this as long as possible. Now this is where I'd like to do them some damage. So we've got the 2 town markers giving us some defence. Now it's trading 1 for 1. We've hit 3 of them, they've hit 1 of us, so that's good. That's a good result. Now as far as we're concerned, let's get this guy from Moscow down and double up in this region down here next to this other infantry set of infantry. Yep, that'll do nicely. Right, what are they going to do? Okay, they're attacking us down here. It's fairly even. Okay, they've actually forced us to retreat there. And of course the biggest danger is getting surrounded. Now I'm worried about these guys. Now they have interdicted one of them so he can't retreat. And they've got their prepared offensive. This is the last turn they get their prepared offensive on. So after this, things will begin to get a little bit more even. But for this turn, we have forced us to retreat again. It has split their forces, so that's okay. Right, so yeah, nothing really to see there for now. It's still clear skies and supplies will all be fine at the moment. We have got an armoured car now and a nice set of infantry that we can use. Now the question is, do we kind of let this go on the right hand side, or do we unpack this left hand side, or do we actually try to fight back on that side as well? Which means I don't know. I'll tell you what, we'll put the armoured car over this side to help out in Voronezh, and we'll put the infantry in Moscow. We've got to hold on to Moscow, so we'll put the infantry in Moscow. And I'm thinking of maybe doing... well, let's commit to that first. A little bit of our own counter-attacking this time, so we're looking okay here. As long as these guys don't... if these guys get surrounded, we're going to have to move these, because if they move across into this region on the bottom left, then these guys will then be surrounded because they are contesting here. So we're going to have to move these out first to keep them safe, I think. Yep, it's got to be done. So let's commit to that. See what they do. So where are they going? They're still pushing on that side. So hopefully we may die here. We have got our armoured car now in Voronezh. But we're looking really shaky over there unless we can take Kursk back. Yeah. Are they going to go forward into Voronezh? Indeed they are. So now they are now contesting Voronezh as well. Whoa. So what are we going to do about all that? Okay, I'm happy that everything's kind of okay and not going to get surrounded very easily now on this side. So let's move this tank. Where can we move it? Now if we moved it into here, we've got a chance of taking Kursk back if they move fully up into, if they move everything up into Voronezh. So I think we'll do that. Let's move our tank over to here and then just see what they do from this position. Will they do anything with that armour? Nope, they're switching and they're going for Kirov now. They're going to put a couple of mechanised infantry into there, just two. No, and the tanks as well. So again, we're going to take some damage and hopefully retreat and not die. Yeah, oh, one died. Okay, so we're getting pushed back there. We have got our infantry in Moscow to bring forward. Can we move these guys into Kursk? We could do. Let's just think about this. So these guys can't attack again in the centre here because they've already moved this day. Happy-ish with everything else. A little bit worried about getting surrounded through this region, but I don't think they can move across there because we slow their progress. So I think we're going to try and take Kursk, actually. I think that might mean that this guy will get surrounded. Will it? Can we not move into Kursk? We can't move into Kursk for some reason. Okay, we can't do that then. Alright, alright, alright. We won't do that. Let's move down from Moscow then and make this into a 3-stack, which means it will be quite strong even if we need to attack. So yeah, let's make that a 3-stack. Come on, time, move along faster. So what are they going to do this time? They're moving up. Oh, they moved across to engage our tanks. We are at a slight disadvantage, but we could do them some damage. In fact, we did quite well there. Took a couple of pips out of their health, or a couple of health bars from the enemy there. What next? What next? What next? Look at all these units got down here. Right. Don't think there's a lot I really want to do. Could I actually move this guy? No. No. I think we're going to leave everything as is. I want to keep this as a 3-stack. We could move those two, but I want to keep it as a 3-stack. I could move one down into here, but probably best to leave him there as well. Yeah, I think we'll just... Oh, I don't want to commit to that. Let's just pass and see what the Axis do. They are attacking... they're attacking this town here, which I really want to hold for as long as possible. I think we'll have the advantage here. I think we do have the advantage. They've got to clear these as well, this defences, which they don't do, and manage to take a hit on them as well. So that's good. So we need to hold there for as long as we possibly can. Again, I think we're just going to... What's our odds here? Our odds there aren't good, so we're not going to be attacking them in Voronezh. I think we're just going to pass again. Again, in the early stages, we're going to be passing a fair bit, but later on we will get reinforcements, good ones, and we may even be able to go on the counter-attack if we play well. And get some luck, of course. Luck does play a part in this game. So they're trying to push us back now. They are moving across. I'm glad I moved that guy out of that region. They're attacking our cavalry. And we've managed to retreat. That's okay. That brings us back into Stepino. Again, not a lot I want to do. I don't think. Certainly not going to be attacking. And I don't want to abandon this poor guy here. I could pull back. Both of these really I would like to. We're in danger actually. If they move these tanks forward, we could get surrounded. Yeah, if I was using my head, I would say we'll pull these guys back to protect our flanks at the rear. And I think I am going to do that. It will leave this guy down here that's been interdicted very vulnerable, but I think we have to do that. And a tiny movement, really bad. Okay, what are you going to do, German? Gadurin? Yeah, so I'm glad I moved that. They are kind of rearranging themselves to try to surround us. And only one attacks, that's okay. That's okay. Now hopefully he will retreat and not get destroyed. In fact, he's held his ground, which is good. So we get another turn. Now I could move these guys to help protect the flanks a bit more. So I'll move one into... that leaves us open in the next day to these three. Yeah, no, we better leave them there. We better leave them there. Because these two mechanised infantry and this tank could easily swoop up into Kaluga. And we'll have nothing there to fight them back. So we'll commit there, I think. Oh, I could have passed, of course. Okay, now they're attacking this guy. This poor guy's getting it now. He's got two more big infantry brigades up against him. He's taking damage. And is he going to survive? No, he's not. Unfortunately, he bites the dust. Let's pass again. And what are they going to do this time? They're now attacking the town again. I'm happy we're going to be able to hold... Oh no, they're not attacking the town. They're attacking our single guy over here. In fact, they're pulling out of Rzhev almost. They are pulling out of Rzhev, really? Are they trying to actually surround our other guys, I think? Our 3-stack. But we've held well there. Held really well there. Well done. Well done to that man, or those infantry. Wow, they've actually pulled out of Rzhev. That's unexpected. That really is unexpected. Let's pass... these guys, I think we're going to pull these back. These are in danger of getting surrounded. We could actually do a little attack here, actually. That's tempting. That is tempting. Let's head in there and see what the odds are going to be. The odds are... Yeah, it looks like we're going to lose 3. We do have actually a chance of making them... Let's go for it. We haven't done any attacking in this episode hardly, so let's attack here. Taken a 1 damage each. We've taken 2, 3. Oh, and 2 on their side. Are we going to get another 1? No, but that's okay. Do them a little bit of damage, and they've certainly got less health bars than us, so that's okay. And they are now attacking this single guy here. I'll be happy if he actually manages to retreat, doesn't get destroyed. In fact, he stays where he is. I would have preferred him to retreat actually, but never mind. Okay, so we're on to turn 4. We're going to end this episode here. We haven't lost too much ground as yet. In the next episode, we will continue to defend, and as you can see, we've got some more cavalry to put down as reinforcements as well. So I hope you enjoy this series, playing as the Soviets in Road to Moscow. Please comment below if you feel like it, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you, as always, in the next one.